Hello everybody, welcome along to the Italian ski resort of Bardonecchia. It is the women's Alpine combined. Well, a lovely day, as you can see. These are the conditions at the moment. Perfect for ski racing. They produce a lot of man-made snow, which they've spent 2 days making ready for this. And here are the stats. A vertical drop of 450 meters, and the regulations state that at this level, a minimum of 6% of the vertical drop have to be turning gates, directional changes. That is 25. A smallish field for today's race, just the 34 competitors from 17 nations. The top 15 ranked Alpine combined skiers went into a draw last night. The highest ranked racer in terms of Alpine combined goes with bib number 4. It is Austria's Lara Fletzberger. Isabel Hofer of Austria gets this women's Alpine combined at the Torino 2025 FISU Games underway, and this left-footed turn onto the right red gate. It doesn't look steep, but I tell you it is steep. I was up there this morning and it's a really tight turn, and Hofer doing really well. Giant slalom and slalom are her strongest suits. Has a couple of race wins in slalom and a junior race GS win in Italy this year. You can see hard on that right ski, a big plume of smoke. That's shaving speed off her run. We get the one-time split. Now you've got to take the speed off the steeper section onto this flatter section, and you've got to keep the line right. She looks a little late in that line. Here comes Hofer. 34.41 was her time split, and Hofer will set the time. Good work from Hofer. This is Marjolaine Ollier of France, made her Eurocup debut back in December. The Eurocup, the level just below the World Cup. Can she get the skis running cleanly, be precise in the line, keep as aerodynamic as possible, and try and pull back that 1100s. Here she comes now, 1:02.07, the time of Hofer, our leader. And Ollier of France finds that time on the bottom and makes up, well, 3800ths to lead. 1:01.8 is our new best time. Great skiing from Ollier. Now Lara Fletzberger of Austria, the number 1 seed in this race. With Fletzberger has her best results in Super G, so let's see how she goes on these opening turns. That first 3 or 4 gates very steep, then it flattens out a bit, and then it gets really steep again. The TV pictures really not doing the top part of this run justice. Nice work from Fletzberger, and at the split she has the green light by 0.3 of a second, so Fletzberger living up to her billing as the pre-race favourite, but she's got that line really wrong, and now she's struggling, and she goes through the gate and she's out. Fletzberger, big crash for the Austrian. Now let's hope she's okay. She just got thrown out of over that terrain change. She got late in the line. Good to see her up on her feet. That's the main thing. Chloé Merlot of France. It's direct from Merlot. Nicely done. Keeping nice and low and aerodynamic. And is it enough to find that time of a half a second? 1:01.8. No, that's come and gone. And it's almost doubles. 0.89. The Merlot slides into 3rd spot for the time being. Louison Acambray of France, 4th in both the Alpine combined and giant slalom. in Lake Placid 2 years ago. Can she go at least one step better here? These are good opening turns from the French skier. Agonising for her in Lake Placid. 800ths of a second off the Alpine combined podium. 1800ths of a second off the GS podium. Now, Cambrai, lovely left-footed turn there. Now, what does the clock say? Do they like these turns? Her teammate Ollier leads. Not anymore, because Cambrai has nearly 9/10 of a second the right side of the clock. Brilliant skiing from Cambrai. She's got those skis running beautifully well, carving nicely into that tuck position, making the legs work underneath her. Cambrai is a little late in the line, fighting to get it back, just gets bumped out of the tuck position there. Great skiing from Cambrai, and we have ourselves a new leader by over 1.5 seconds. Louison Cambrai, fantastic run. Well, fired up potentially from those 4th place finishes in Lake Placid 2 years ago. A stellar run from Cambrai. So the last of the seeds is Martina Sacchi of Italy. Oh no, she's got out of line there. Just got pushed far out to the skier's left. There's a couple of bumps. It's quite difficult to see with this flat light. And sadly for her, didn't get the line right on that lower section. Barbara Novikova, the next to challenge. The non-starter is Anina Zabrigin. She was supposed to go at 11, but non-starter. And Novikova, 23 years of age. Her first Universiade Games. Skied at the Olympics in Beijing. Finished 29th in downhill, 36th in the Super G. He's also gone to Junior World Champs. And at the intermediate split time, she finds herself 0.64 off the pace. She's skied nicely, and she's had some good results in FIS races in Austria last month, a couple of second places in Super G, so this is her preferred discipline. And can she upset the order that we currently have? Novikova from Czechia, 1:01 minute 28. Oh yes, 0.37 off the pace. Super run. Really nice. Found time on that bottom section. 2700ths found. Sweden in the start hut. Sophie Nyberg. Nyberg, 5 Europa Cup starts this season in giant slalom. She's got GS and Super G podiums this season in FIS races in Sweden. And as a result, her Super G ranking quite high. And you can see she's going really quite nicely on these opening turns, finding that edge. But does the clock like what she's doing? Well, yes, it does. 3/10 to find for Nyberg on these bottom turns, and this is quick from the Swede. It's precise from the Swede. The hands are out in front. Now just these couple of bumpy rollers that have thrown people off track, and Nyberg gets a little thrown out of shape, but tries to maintain that tuck position. 1 minute 28. We've got ourselves a new leader, Nyberg. Brilliant skiing from the Swede. Nyberg breaks a minute, and we have ourselves a new leader. Third at the first split. She finds a load of time. She finds 7/10 of a second in the bottom half of the run, even with those little bumps in the bottom part. Bib 27 is Emmy Charbonnier. Now, Charbonnier is the highest ranked Super G racer in this field, so we might not be done just yet. Let's see how Charbonnier goes through these opening turns. Not bad. There's a little bit of a drift on a couple of these turns. Now the split time of Nyberg was 33.93, and Charbonnier has it by 500ths of a second. So Charbonnier, if she can find the amount of time that Nyberg found on the bottom half, she's going to have a big lead, because Nyberg found 7/10, remember. Charbonnier, how does she handle these little ruts and bumps? Does she get thrown off the pace? No, she doesn't. This is going to be quick, and it's quick enough. 1600's the right side of the clock. The number 1 ranked Super G racer in this field delivers. And she leads the way from Nyberg, with Acombre now in 3rd. France 1st, 3rd and 5th. Lily Denning of Germany. Denning 1.6 off the pace. That's 15th quickest at that point, but if she can maintain that, I mean, 1 to 5 separated by 2 seconds. So there's some space in the leaderboard for some of these later bibs if they can lay down a decent run. 59.72, and Denning goes 7th, 2.72. So that's it for the first of these 2 runs in the women's Alpine combined, and it's Emi Charbonnier of France who leads the way. The top 4 separated by under a second, then over 2 seconds to 5th place. There are the details for the slalom track. 150 meter vertical drop with 54 turning gates. This is Kuster. 7/10 for the Swiss athletes. Can she extend that lead? And she need all of that. You can see she means business, very quick from foot to foot. Direct, precise, strong skiing from these Swiss athletes. Yes, really good. Excellent stuff from Kuster. Is it enough? It looks as if it might. 1:55.01 that has been beaten. And it is Elisa Kuster of Switzerland who now leads the way. She's staying in contact with the snow. And the Swiss fans are delighted. This is where we stand as we wait for the fastest 10 from the first leg. And getting us underway is bib number 10, Nina Lehmann, of just getting forced back onto the heels in that right footer. And Lehmann not looking as dynamic as her compatriots. 1:54.09. No, she's not going to beat that. And she goes into 7th, 2.95 off the pace. Chloé Merlot of France. France have got 4 athletes in the top 9. 1400ths Merlot's advantage over Kuster. Is it enough to beat 1:54.09? Here she comes now. It's going to be close, but not close enough. 5th quickest time in the slalom leg. Merlot, bib number 8, goes 5. Martina Sacchi. 2300ths. her advantage. The home crowd cheering on Saki. But will it be enough? 0.23 the advantage. She's hanging on in there. And that you feel will cost her on the clock. 1:54.09. Saki's coming, but Saki's going to miss it. And she misses it by 1.32, goes sixth. There's your 1, 2, 3 at the moment. The highest ranked slalom racer in this second run. And Ollier quickly into this pattern of gates set by one of the Czech coaches. Made a Euro Cup debut back in December. Has only raced tech this season. Got 4 podiums out of 4 in FISU slalom races in December, which probably accounts a lot for her top seeding in terms of slalom in this race. Looking to chase down Kusta's time of 1:54.09. Hasn't put a foot wrong to this point, Zollier, but has she done enough to take the lead away from Kusta and France take the lead away from Switzerland? Yes, she has. Well, she had 1.03 seconds in the bank. She lost half a second, but she is our new leader. Marjolaine Ollier leads here in Bardonecchia. We're just 4 to come. Barbara Novikova, 1.15, her advantage over our new leader Ollier from the first run. And Novikova, slalom's not her strongest suit. She's never been better than 5th in an individual slalom race. So is 1.15 enough? It's an error. Recovers nicely though. Novikova doing nicely. Can she take advantage of the pattern set by the Czech coach? 1:53.56 is our new leading time. It's Ollier with it. 1:53.56 comes and goes. She goes 5th. A second off the pace, so loses 2.15 seconds in that second run. So the fastest 3 now from the first run. The first is Louison Acambray, 1.52 seconds. Her advantage over the leader Ollier, her compatriot from the first run. Acambray 4th in the Alpine combined 2 years ago at the Winter Universiade in Lake Placid by 8/100ths of a second. 4th in the giant slalom 2 years ago in Lake Placid by 18/100ths of a second. Can she go at least one step further here in Bardonecchia? Lovely opening turns from Acambray. Can she generate the pace through those turns on this flattish section of this slalom track? So far so good for Acambray. If she can go top, she's guaranteed herself a medal. Here she comes now, and she is top, and she does get herself a medal. The heartache from 2 years ago is forgotten. Acambray leads with 2 remaining at the top. Really good ski from Acambray, who was 500ths faster than Ollier. So Sophie Nyberg of Sweden, next on track. What can she do here now? Slalom is not her favoured discipline, so she's going to have to work exceptionally hard. doesn't look as quick as those before. The French athletes and the two Swiss standing on the top step of the podium just now. 151.99. Has she done enough? She has! Nyberg does enough to lead with one remaining. Brilliant skiing from Nyberg. Nicely done. And Nyberg, who has had 5 Europa Cup starts this season in giant slalom and picked up GS and Super G podiums in FIS races, knocks Custer off the podium. So Emmy Charbonnier, leader after the first run. Her advantage over Sophie Nyberg of Sweden, 1600ths of a second. Charbonnier, the second-ranked slalom racer in this Alpine combined. Top 15 in the slalom and Super G at the Junior World Champs in France last year. Ranked 16th in Super G on the Europa Cup this season. And she is in full-out attack mode here. Oh, just looks a little scrappy through that combination. Nyberg's time is 151.81. Can Charbonnier see this through? Coming to the final few gates now. Charbonnier to try and take the win here in the Alpine combined. Can she do it? She's done it, 6/10. She extends the advantage from the top, which was 1600ths, to 6/10. And Emmy Charbonnier delivers with the pressure upon her to take the gold medal here in Bardonecchia. Great super slow-mo through the verticale. Emmy Charbonnier of France takes the victory by 6/10 of a second from Sophie Nyberg, with Louison Acambray fourth 2 years ago, moving one step up the rankings to finish on the podium, with Ollier of France in fourth. First, third and fourth, those are your winners of the women's Alpine combined here in Torino 2025.